Do you want the inside scoop on what's actually working on LinkedIn right now? I'm sitting down today with the co founder and sometimes CMO of Social Insider, the company behind the latest LinkedIn benchmarks report. We are going to break down key trends and what they mean for B2B brands and creators alike. This is Strategy Talks. I will be right back.
Let's strategize together. Let's hear it from an expert. Join the conversation, it's informative and free. You and me, let's talk some strategy. Now here's your host, Morin-van.
Hello, everybody. We are live. Strategy Talks is live. We are here with a special guest. My friend Adina from Social Insider is here. She'll join me in a second. I just want to let you know this is a special edition of Strategy Talks. We're going to talk about the 2025 LinkedIn Benchmarks report. So we're going to talk all things LinkedIn. I want to welcome you. If you're here watching on LinkedIn, let us know that you are here. If you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, of course, you are welcome as well. And I want to do a special shout out to those of you who are listening to this as a Strategy Talks podcast. So without much further ado, I'm going to bring up on the stage with me my friend Adina. How are you today, Adina?
Hi, Doreen. Thank you for inviting me and sharing the stuff that we discover for the LinkedIn platform.
I am
And
always
the
very
strategy.
excited. I'm very excited. And it's so funny because we're talking about LinkedIn benchmarks. And last night, I don't know if you have it yet, but I was on my phone and I was in the video tab. Now, I know the video tab has gone away for a lot of people on LinkedIn, but I still had it. And I went in and I've got the trending, the new thing that they updated. So I'm super excited today about LinkedIn and video. I knew something new was coming. So if you follow me, you'll be seeing some new type of content. It's TikTok style content, but they're giving you the prompts, which is really kind of cool. It gives you a bunch of trends of things that are happening that people are talking about. And you can swipe left and right to find new trends. And then once you find a trend you like, you swipe up and down to see videos in that trend. So yeah, I'm super excited about that. So that's a good segue into what you're going to talk about, Adina, because let me pull up onto the stage the benchmark report, and I'm going to hand it over to you. I'll have some questions afterwards, but I'm looking forward to learning more. And I'm sure that those of you who are watching and listening to this are excited about it too.
Yeah, thank you. I think now LinkedIn is somehow the most performing platforms in terms of engagement. So everyone who is B2B or mostly B2B and individuals who are promoting and I don't know, not only staying but being active and getting some results from this platform. It seems that it's working, and now it's working compared with, I don't know, 2024 or 2023, where it was mostly a platform for the human resources departments, or maybe some PR departments who were responsible to track the mentions and to make sure that CEO has some, I don't know, a good image on their business page. And now things have changed, and it's and B2B marketers and social media managers are getting results from this platform. And now LinkedIn is pushing some content formats. As you said, there are some changes in terms of video. So what I'm going to share today is the LinkedIn content benchmarks, what's working, what benchmark to set when it's come to audience growth for different business sizes. So as I said, in terms of engagement, LinkedIn is the most performing. Engagement on LinkedIn has increased by 30%, which is, I think, last year TikTok had this type of numbers, and now LinkedIn is gaining more traction here. We have some content formats that are performing pretty well for the B2B pages, and there is an increase in terms of usage of videos. B2B brands started to share more videos by up to 10% compared to previous year. But it seems that when it comes to engagement, we have three types of content formats. We have the multi-image format, the native document, and the videos. So these three should be in every should be used every week, and should be included in a strategy.
In a strategy plan.
Quarterly.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes. Yes.
What is the difference between a multi-image post and a native document? Some of the viewers and listeners might not understand the difference between those two. Could you explain them?
Yeah. So native documents are basically the PDF, the post that you are seeing, and you have to press next to see the entire content. The multi-image post is basically you go to some specific conferences or to webinars, real life events, and you upload, let's say, up to 10 images to that from that event. So this is a multi-image post. You upload multiple images, not as PDF, just as multi-image
All right, that's super interesting, because I have been uploading native documents and I've even put images in there because it's a nice slide. It becomes that slideshow. You upload it as a document, but then you can scroll through it. So I haven't tested the multi-images because I haven't been to a conference for a while, but I'm going to be trying that. That's interesting that does so well. People, I guess, are curious about the life behind the person that's posting. That makes a lot of sense. One of the things that what you're saying, what we're starting out with, that I'm hearing, is that it's working because people are curious about not just the brands, but the people behind the brands. And I wonder if that's why we're seeing some of this high engagement with those multiple images.
Yeah, we noticed through the content pillars performance, we noticed that people are sharing a multi-image posts from conferences, from webinars, from, let's say, specific business meetings, dinners, where they upload some selfies with the partners or with their clients or potential clients, and use this type of image and this type of content formats on their business page. Moving forward, we wanted to understand what type of format generated the most likes, and we saw that the trend line keeps the same, that actually sustain the same idea that multi-images post gets the most likes, and then it's coming the native and the video and the single image. So it seems that this trio of content formats are better for getting engagement, if that's a business objective for the social media managers or for the business owners. And when it comes to impressions, polls get the highest number of impressions. And I can confirm this, that posts works pretty well for individual on LinkedIn, not only for business pages, but I was excited to see that for the larger pages, pages with more than 100K followers, impressions delivers a higher number, polls delivers a higher number of impressions. So keep in mind that as a B2B, include posts as a research tool, as getting insights for the features that you are preparing to launch or for the services you are selling. So use them as a tool, and
Yeah.
to extract information and make sure you have this type of format in your content strategy every month.
That's great. I've noticed that, Adina. I just want to jump in here. I've noticed that when I do a poll, I definitely get more impressions, more people seeing it. We have a question. Are you okay with answering a question real quick?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
Leo says, "May I know which part of the world that this survey has been taken?" He says he's from India and would like to understand better. Multi-image post topped the chart. Where in which region is that? Was it a global benchmarking report?
Yeah, it's a global benchmark report. Is based on 1 million LinkedIn posts from active business pages. Uh, but most of them are coming from North America because I know what we have in our database in terms of clients and trials. And I think that there is not different benchmarks across region. Maybe there are some in terms of engagement rate. Let's say there is some uh, differences, but in terms of what performing, I think there is no differences as content formats.
Okay, thank you. That's great. That's good to know.
So when it comes to video, because it seems that more and more people are starting to using this, larger brands get up to 2K for video views. It gets up to 2K for video views. Um, and this is the organic performance that you get with, let's say, without running ads. You post a video on your business page, you are a page with more than 100K followers, you get up to 2K of video views. And Dorian, I think you have more experience here and you can share that uh, an average of video views that you can get for individual posts, because I know that the difference are huge. The video views that a single person can get are way higher than the video views that a business page can get.
Yeah, and it's interesting. And I've talked about this before. When the video feed first came out on LinkedIn, the vertical video feed last year between March and December, I would get, I mean, 500,000 views, 100,000 views, depending on what topic it was. And then as of January 1st, I think it kind of cut off. I think there was a switch pulled somewhere in the algorithm, and I knew that is that they're working LinkedIn behind the scenes, and they've said so. They're working on new plans, and so what I said at the beginning of this episode, that I went on the video feed last night. I know a lot of people have lost it. I still have it. I went on it, and now all the trends are there. So I cannot wait to go test this, because I am convinced that this kind of content on LinkedIn is going to be highly entertaining. It's talking about trends. One of them is, taxpayer information. Today is tax day, right? It's April 15. And so people want to know. So they're going to look at that. And then, other trends that are happening on TikTok and Instagram, they're bringing it to LinkedIn, but putting the educational piece in there. And then they're going to decide what actually gets into that video feed. So you can make it and you can push it onto your feed, onto your regular LinkedIn feed. And then if it happens to go in that video feed, you have a potential of getting 500,000, a million views. And that's where the potential is. So if you're watching this and you still have that video tab on your mobile, keep checking back. If you have the trends, I would highly recommend jumping on that ASAP and create a new type of content for LinkedIn, because I think next year you're going to come back with this with this benchmarking report for 2026, and you're going to see that this is a whole new kind of video, and we're going to get, especially the creators, a lot more views out of this.
Yeah. The adoption of what's happening on the business page, it's not quite the same that the adoption that individuals have on their individual or their profiles.
Right.
So maybe as you said, maybe in 2026 we'll see another video views benchmark here for the business pages.
Yes.
But keep in mind that still the most B2B pages are publishing landscape videos. I saw, and I personally saw, not so many vertical videos. So it seems that the adoption is pretty slow in terms of
Yeah.
what's trending and what's happening and how businesses adopt this trend.
When I'm in the video feed, the vertical video feed, I do see some of the vertical videos by big brands. Most of them,
Mhm.
I'm assuming, would be videos that potentially was initially put out as organic and then maybe pulled in as
Yeah.
ads. I'm not sure if there are ads on there, but they're highly watched videos. And, it's a lot of the news organizations, publications. They're the ones that are leading this charge for vertical video and pages. They're the
Yeah.
ones who are doing it. And that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah. And in terms of followers growth, because I know that some social media professionals had to set some benchmarks for how many followers can we get from by the end of the year. It seems that the smaller accounts can increase by 40%. So if you have a LinkedIn page under 5K, you can get and you can increase your followers growth by 40% by the end of the year. And it seems that as the page grows, the followers growth rate is decreased. But I think it's normal. This behavior happens on across all platforms. It's not only something specific only for LinkedIn. In terms of posting volume, we noticed that the content strategy right now includes, most of them includes images, followed by links, followed by video, and then text. I was surprised to see that 1 out of 3 posts on LinkedIn includes a link, which means that social media professionals are still promoting a lot of content and pushing their LinkedIn audience to, I don't know, visit a page, to subscribe to a webinar and stuff like that. Maybe we should, I recommend to change this and to use it as 1 out of 5 LinkedIn posts, and create content that keeps people in your platform, and from there try to build an engaged audience on LinkedIn. If we are pushing, I don't know, every day to watch a webinar, join to our community, read a blog news, read a blog article, it's too much and it's not working. We should change these numbers, and we should push to change these numbers and to bring some and build something that keep people within the platform.
I think as a social media strategist and a social media manager, I see this definitely happening where smaller companies, they're so used to just creating an image and, like what we used to do on like Facebook, and post that and think that that's enough. But this slice right here, this pie that you're showing, is very interesting to me, because I think that just this shows opportunity. Right?
Yeah.
If we're doing a SWOT analysis, guys, this is the opportunity for a B2B company to diversify the type of content you put out. And it can be about the same topic. It just is in a different format. So if you're not doing a poll once a week, or text only post, or do multi-images or a document once a week, you're missing out on an opportunity. Is it a little bit more work? Yes.
Yeah.
But if you get more engagement, more reach, all of that, then it's worth it. There's your opportunity right here.
Yeah, and we noticed that there is an increase in terms of text post and video post, but the difference is incremental. So it doesn't change so far this pie. It seems that brands are publishing a lot of links and a lot of images. So it requires to change a little bit this content strategy and how the landscape looks like right now. And I think the last one, the last slide includes how many posts within a month brands should publish. We have 5 posts. We have a total of 15 posts per month, up to, I don't know, five posts per week. Here didn't change anything in 2024 compared to 2023. We wanted to have a clear images when it comes to if there is an active present and if there are really active on LinkedIn and not, I don't know, let's say publishing only 2 posts per week, which is quite low. So these were the insights from the LinkedIn engagement from the LinkedIn content benchmark for 2025. Sorry. There is a lot of insights. There are a lot of insights here in terms of what we should publish, how we should change the strategy, how many videos we should use and publish every month, and how we can create an engaged audience and not pushing them to other brand collaterals on other, I don't know, to website or webinar, and create content only for LinkedIn.
All right. So I want to, I put the link for those of you who are watching live. The link to the report is right at the bottom of your screen. If you're listening to this, it'll be in the show notes. So you can click through and read the report and really get down on the details. I want to point out something that I've seen Socialinsider do, and now I understand why. You, as a team, ask a lot of experts for their opinions when you write blog articles. You ask for quotes, right? I'm one of the experts that you come to. And then instead of publishing a link and tagging everybody, you've done something different with the last few reports. You've created images of the quotes with the person on it, and you're sharing a multi-image post. Now I know why. And then tag everybody. And the reach has been incredible. As somebody who's been on the receiving end of the tag, every time a big brand like yours tags me, I get a lot of new followers. There's a lot of interest. I understand your reach is high, plus your engagement is high. And now I get why, because it's the multi-image post. It's not a document. It's not a link. So that's one smart way to use it. Are there any other ways somebody that's listening who is a B2B can use that multi-image? I know you said when you go somewhere, when you're at a conference, any other use cases that you've seen that has worked really well?
So we increase in the first quarter, we increased engagement on LinkedIn by 60%, actually following all the items that I listed here in the LinkedIn benchmarks report. And I can add that original research and analysis brings a lot of engagement and mentions on LinkedIn. So yeah, I know it requires a lot of work to create research, but the impact is huge in terms of user-generated content, mentions, ideas, content ideas that you can get, and you can create content for your blog starting from that original research. Now we are adopting a trend like a day in the life of, let's say, a social media manager, I don't know, a developer, an engineering, a sales manager, and people that you have in different roles in your team. And we saw that the impact is pretty high. We got a lot of, and this type of content is usually video, and it get a lot of impressions because people are curious to see who is managing the Socialinsider account. I don't know what the person is drinking, eating. I don't know the tools that the person is using, and the meetings they are attending and stuff like that. And there we saw pretty good results with these content ideas. Other ideas that we use on Socialinsider includes product education. So we have to educate our audience how to use Socialinsider. Even though we didn't saw, let's say, a huge engagement rate compared with other content pillars, still in terms of comments, we get a lot of comments on how this product features is different than, let's say, a competitor, or how this product feature can help me with a specific task that I have in my day-to-day job. We share a lot of infographics. We basically repurpose a long form article into infographic and published, and then we published, and then we repurpose it on social media. We do a lot of behind the scenes. We show how we do the quarterly analysis, how we do competitor analysis, how we use the tool we use, and so and stuff like this.
I think I think that what you're showing is, and that's the trend that I'm seeing, is having a little bit of fun, humor, bringing out the human element to a B2B company, because what you're doing is showing to the world who's working at Socialinsider. So if they're not just going to purchase a tool, right? They're going to go into a relationship with you and your team. And I think when you go to a demo and when you're making a decision, when you know somebody on the team, it's a much easier decision. And we know that people are willing to pay more money for a tool or for a product or service if they know somebody and they know the customer service is really good. So this to me makes a lot of sense. We had a question in here about polls. So I wanted to go back to that. They're high impressions. Are there certain topics that work better when you do polls? Are you polling a person? Are you asking a brand? What kind of perspective, what kind of poll have you seen that works well? Is it an opinion or is it more of a feedback?
Usually it's an opinion, and we use it as a general to get a general opinion on specific topic. Let's say we use on social media metrics, how and what type of metrics are more important for the C-level compared with I don't know, a direct manager. So we extract a general idea, and then we try to get specific insights for that idea. In the past, we did, let's say, polls regarding what type of content formats works better, and then we published a study that reflect the insights that we got. Or sometimes we notice that the answer that we got through a poll are different than what data says. Some people are saying now that the videos are better performing compared with carousel posts or multi-image posts, but the numbers are showing something else. And I think both ideas are true, because for some business pages, I'm pretty sure that videos are generating a good engagement rate and impression rate compared with other content format. And for other business pages, simple text posts are generating a lot of conversations, and multi-image, maybe they are using this content format just to showcase a report or something different. But as a conversation starters, for some B2B pages, text posts are gaining a lot of tractions and in terms of conversations and comments. And when I'm showing the data and what the data shows, I highlight that this is the insights based on data, but everyone should test it for their own industry, for their own region. As the person asked earlier, you should test it what's working for you, for what you have in your industry, for your competitors. Everyone should do a test.
And not only that, I think about it. Everybody has a different audience. So I've gained a lot of new followers lately, and a lot of them are freelancers. I talk a lot about freelancing, right, and owning your own business. So I might have a lot of small business owners, freelancers. Even though I do B2B marketing, I might not have a lot of businesses following me. So my audience is going to react differently to a video as it might to a carousel, as it might to a poll. They might not even understand, some people, how really the polls work or if it's important. Now, if you're a marketer and you have only marketers following you, you understand what a poll is, how it works, and that you want to be part of that. So marketers are much more likely, I believe, to answer a poll, right? It's free,
Yeah.
it's easy, and to be part of that demographic. So I do think that, yes, where you live, who you are, who you serve, all of that plays into. And I love that you just said, let's test it, everybody test it. So this benchmarks report is a starting point for you.
Yes.
If you're a B2B business, if you are a marketer in charge of a B2B page, this is a starting point for you to look at your strategy and where there are opportunities. And Adina, I saw plenty. So, you've given us a lot of stuff to think about. We are at time, by the way. So that's why I'm kind of wrapping it up. But if you watch this all the way to the end, I want to thank you for staying with us all the way to the end. I want to say thank you to those of you who left comments. I wasn't able to answer all of them. I'll be going in, because this was a live session, afterwards and answer your questions. And yes, there's always a replay, whether you're on LinkedIn, on Facebook, or on YouTube. There's a replay of this live event. So you can watch the beginning if you missed something. Adina, I still have the link up for socialinsider.io. It's right there. If you guys want to see the full benchmark report, you can, and it will be in the show notes as well. Adina, thank you so much for being with us and explaining. Oftentimes we see reports come out and, we don't always get the inside scoop on somebody who's worked on the report to explain to us really what it means. So I really appreciate you for that, for sure. You have any parting wisdom for us? Anything that you want to share before we go?
Thank you so much for the invitation. It was a pleasure to share all the knowledge that I have. And I'm curious to see what's happening with video on LinkedIn.
Yes, same here. All right, everybody. I'll be back next week with another episode of Strategy Talks. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for watching.